To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Welcome to Mouse House. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2.
Episode 2
of the Mouse House podcast.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
So, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Toy Story.
Toy Story. The classic, everybody's favourite, Woody and the gang.
I love it.
I love it. Hang on, we're meant to say that later. Spoiler alert, we love it. Okay, so, it's your favourite time already.
It is.
It's the 60-second challenge.
Oh,
let's see if you can do better than last time because you failed miserably. On your marks. Oh, by the way, just in case you don't know, the 60-second challenge is where you try and describe the film in 60 seconds or less. On your marks, get set, go.
Okay, so toys come to life in this. So if you're a toy, you come to life. And this is set inside a kid called Andy's bedroom. And there's a bunch of toys, the favourite being Woody, who is a sheriff. It's Andy's birthday. He gets a Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger figure who thinks he's actually a Space Ranger. Woody convinces him, or tries to convince him, he's just a toy, a child's plaything. They get lost, or Woody basically tries to get Buzz out of the picture and stay as the favourite toy. They get thrown out the window, they get lost, and they basically have to find their way back to Andy's bedroom before moving day. Boom.
Well, that's not what happens, though. That's just the plot.
Yeah.
Well, that was, again... okay, so that was 37 seconds, but you didn't do the whole plot. So you fail again. So let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
So Toy Story is about some toys that come to life. They live in Andy's bedroom. It focuses around Woody. Andy is having his birthday. He gets a new Buzz Lightyear toy. Woody is very scared because he doesn't want to not be the favourite anymore, and Buzz slowly sort of becomes the favourite. So Woody tries to get him out of the picture by throwing him out of the window. Woody ends up going to Pizza Planet with Andy, but then he spots Buzz when he is in the back of the car. They then have to try and somehow get back, and they end up in Sid's bag after going through their car. They end up in Sid's bag, go back to Sid's house. He disturbs them for a bit. They try to get back. They tried to get back onto Andy's moving truck. Then the other toys are trying to help, but they don't really like Woody because they think they killed Buzz. They end up back on the truck. Then they end up back in the car, and everybody's happy, and they all live happily ever after. Boom, 55 seconds.
Until Toy Story 2.
Until Toy Story 2. We're not going on to that one. So, do we think I win the point for that one?
Yeah, go on then. Again.
2-0. Boom. So, next section. Trivia challenge.
Okay. I'll start with this one then.
Oh, okay.
So, there are 4 things right here. What does Andy get for his birthday? Go.
Bed sheets.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the others are. We literally watched this film 10 minutes ago and finished. Bed sheets, Buzz Lightyear. I don't know if you just heard my stomach making noises there. I need some podcast snacks. Snacks. I don't know what the others are.
Do you want to know?
There's a long, thin box. Yeah.
So, in this order, it's a lunchbox.
Oh, yes, a lunchbox.
Bed sheets. Battleship board game.
Okay.
And then Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
So, your next question. Your question.
Where is Buzz Lightyear stationed?
Star Command. No.
Sorry, I shook my head then. I forgot this isn't a video.
They can't see you.
You can't see me. I shook my head then. No, you're wrong.
It's on section 23 or something, isn't it? I can't remember.
Gamma Quadrant Sector 4.
Oh,
How come
you're such a nerd.
What do you mean I'm such a... We literally watched this film 10 minutes ago.
All right. So, who is the first toy we see tortured by Sid?
Oh, it's the knockoff G.I. Joe.
What's it called?
I can't remember, but it's a knockoff.
Combat Carl.
Combat Carl, that's it.
Your next one?
What is Sid's sister's name?
Jamie.
No.
Jenny.
No.
Jenny.
Jenny.
I love you, Jenny.
That's a different Tom Hanks film.
Oh yeah.
Jenny.
It does start with a J, right?
Nope.
Does it not?
No.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Hannah.
Where did I get the J from?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. My last one is, what's the license plate of the car?
A113.
Well done.
And the only reason I know that, fun fact about A113, which is it's either the room that the Pixar animators were in or a college room that they were in or something, but it's something to do with the Pixar backstory. And A113 appears in a lot of the Pixar films.
Okay, we're going to have to point that out each time.
We will. So my final question for you.
Okay.
You've kind of already asked me.
Oh.
It was gonna be name 4, but I'm gonna change it to name 6 now.
Okay.
Name the 6 presents that Andy gets throughout the film.
For the presents? 6 presents. Okay, so we had a lunchbox.
We've got the 4 that you've already said.
Yeah, so 5, 6. There's 2 more.
2 more.
A puppy.
Yeah. You've twigged onto what I'm talking about. We're talking about Christmas at the end now.
At the end. I don't know what the other present. Let me think. It's Mrs. Potato Head.
Mrs. Potato Head. Well done.
Nice.
Well done.
Point to me.
Point to you. I think you did better in the trivia challenge there.
Yeah.
I didn't do too bad though.
No, you did all right.
High five.
High five.
There was no sound. Sound effects. Yeah.
We're going up in the world already.
Ooh, making our own sound effects. So the history and fun facts behind Toy Story that I've got for you. So, did you know Woody was originally going to be a ventriloquist dummy?
Really?
Which terrifies the
That'd
life
be
out of
horrific.
me. Well, I mean, Sid's area is scary enough as it is, let alone having Woody as a blooming ventriloquist dummy.
Actually scares the crap out of me. I would not
They
like
basically thought it was too much like horror films, so they didn't do it. The Rotten Tomatoes score is 100%.
No way.
It
I
is.
can't even. I don't even dismiss that. Like,
Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 both have 100%, and Toy Story 3 has 99.
what?
Even though Toy Story 2 is the worst of the 3.
Yeah, even whenever you say
In
it's
my
the
opinion.
worst, it's not a bad film
Oh gosh,
either.
no, it's a brilliant film, but it's the worst of the 3.
Yeah. Hopefully, Toy Story 4 won't change that.
The film had a budget of 30 million. I mean, in comparison to Tangled, which had 260
Yeah,
million.
but then you've got to look at inflation and.
Well, yeah, I know, but 30 to
30 million in the
260.
90s was a lot of money.
Yeah, but 30 million versus 260
Yeah,
is still...
it's a complete different.
But it made 373 million, which is almost as much as Tangled.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
impressive.
swear. Also, the Pizza Planet truck, as we know, is an icon of Toy Story.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm wearing a Pizza Planet
You are.
delivery hoodie right now, which is epic, and I got from the Disney store and I'm obsessed with. And we actually had an argument over this hoodie
Yeah, we did.
because we bought it and then had an argument over who was going to get it.
Yeah.
And we spent a good 10 minutes going, it's okay, you can have it. No, you have it. No, it's okay, you have it. Both knowing deep inside we wanted to win the
Yeah.
hoodie. And I won because happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of a backstory for Toy Story for me, in terms of like, it proves why it's like such a generational thing.
Yeah.
Like, my dad loves Toy Story.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only Disney movies that he would sit and watch.
Yeah.
My brother loves Toy Story. Again, it's probably the only Disney films he would sit and watch.
And to point out that his brother is like 5 years younger than
Yeah, exactly. And I remember as a kid, he was into Toy Story more than me. He actually had all of the toys. In fact, he would like go and
Your
hunt
dad
for
still has the
Yeah, he
toys.
does.
Well, didn't we buy him
we bought him
Slinky
some
Dog?
bits and pieces. Yeah, we bought him Slinky
A
Dog.
couple of years ago,
Yeah.
we bought him a Slinky Dog.
But my brother had like the Etch-a-Sketch. Like, he went out and bought those things that you see in the film because he wanted the entire collection. And yeah, he had like all of the random little ones as well,
Wow,
which is
that's
really cool.
But going back to Pizza Planet,
Yeah.
the reason we brought that up is because we know that the Pizza Planet truck is iconic.
Yeah.
And the Pizza Planet truck,
So is pizza.
so is pizza.
I want pizza right now.
Really? You just had dinner? The Pizza Planet truck has appeared in every single Pixar film except The Incredibles.
Really?
It has.
We're going to have to do an entire special episode about where these pizza trucks are.
Yeah, maybe we should. It's in Toy Story 2 and 3 as well, but every Pixar film bar The Incredibles.
Even Finding Nemo?
I don't know about the very late... Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah, it's outside the dentist's office.
Is
if I remember
Coco
rightly.
Pixar?
Yeah, I don't know if that includes the really
Okay,
latest ones.
alright.
This I double checked that information on an article that was a couple of years old, so it might not be. I'll have to check that out. Another fun fact I learned was that in their most productive week,
Yeah.
Pixar animated 3.5 minutes of animation in a week. The most
That doesn't
productive week.
surprise me.
Just man.
Yeah, it takes a long time, and like you think about all the 3D rendering and the technology they were using in the early 90s as well.
Wasn't it the first feature computer animated?
I want to say
film?
it was.
I think it is.
I think that's why it's so highly regarded as well, because
Yeah.
it was the first thing. Like no one had seen it. Like with Jurassic Park and stuff, like it was the first time you'd see dinosaurs on
Yeah.
screen. This is kind of like the same thing. It's like the first computer generated movie.
Oh, okay.
You'd seen other little bits and pieces like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and stuff like that, but this was
Yeah.
the first fully animated thing. And I noticed a few things in the movie, like you pointed this one out, the Mickey Mouse clock.
Hang on, we'll get to those later.
Okay, all right.
We've got a section about Easter eggs. We'll come to that later. But a couple more facts for you.
Okay.
Pixar originally wanted Jim Carrey to be in the film. But they couldn't
Really?
afford him.
He was pretty expensive in the 90s, I can imagine.
And do you know Buzz's original name?
No.
Luna Larry.
Luna Larry.
How lame is that?
That is pretty lame. Imagine that now. Like, if that became a thing,
Yeah,
that'd be weird.
Luna Larry. And he was eventually named after Buzz Aldrin,
Oh.
which is kind of obvious. So
I never even put that together, though.
really,
Like,
Really?
I just didn't. Like, it's...
you dumb. Sorry,
You dumb.
dumb.
You stupid. Get out of here.
Stupid. So let's move on to our characters then.
Okay.
So I didn't really get the full list of characters and who played
I've got
them,
a few.
but obviously, Woody is played by Tom Hanks, who's in everything.
Buzz is
Tim Allen, who was in the Santa Claus films.
Yeah. Mr. Potato Head, who... I can't remember the name of the guy. I'm so sorry, but...
Wasn't it Rod?
Something like that, but he's died recently.
Oh.
He died recently, and Toy Story 4 is going to have a nod to him. But yeah, like...
But I mean, the most well known are Tim Allen and Tom
yeah,
Hanks.
and then you've got
Tim
like...
and Tom.
Then you've got, I say, the second tier characters, which are Mr. Potato Head, Slinky, Rex, Ham. They're like the second tier characters,
Speak
aren't
and
they?
Spell.
Yeah, Speak and Spell.
RC Racer kind of counts.
Yeah, Bo Peep.
Bo Peep. And then obviously you've got Andy and Sid.
Yeah,
and
you've got like, the human people.
human people, who, by the way, look awful in the film.
They actually
the
do.
animation of the humans. We watched the Blu-ray copy, and I've got something else to say about that in a bit. But the human characters look god awful.
They did
just
blocky.
look awful.
Really blocky.
They're really
but the
bad.
animation in general, other
I
than
remember
the
at one
toys.
point actually seeing Andy's neck and thinking, what is that?
It's like not rendered 3D neck. It's just like square.
Like this weird bump sticking out of it. It was a bit weird. But I mean, if you look at Andy in Toy Story 1 versus Toy Story 3, it's just...
Even Toy Story 4, like they don't look the same people.
Oh,
Obviously,
it's-
because of the animations
Yeah.
advanced, it looks weird.
So who is your favourite character? Rex.
Yeah, I'd have to say Rex. Not only because I love dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs. I just think he's hilarious. Like that kind of voice that comes out of him that you just don't expect when the first time you see him,
Yeah.
because he does the first time you see him is that roar on screen, and you're just like and then like when he starts talking, you're like, what? I just remember my initial reaction when watching him for the first time. I was like, huh?
I love Rex, but I do love Mr. Potato Head.
He is funny.
I think he's quite adult humoured.
He's also not like, he's very sassy in this film in a way. He's not in the others though. He very much is a lot more sort of sarcastic. He is anyway,
Yeah.
but like he's more so in the first one. I feel like his
Yeah.
character changes over time.
Yeah, I think so. But then it's been a long time since I've watched Toy Story 2 and 3, so when we come to review those, I
Yeah.
might change my opinion. But then we have to ask the question, are you Team Woody or Team Buzz?
Oh, Team Woody all the way.
See, I was always Team Woody. I agree with you there, and I
Yeah.
think I still am. But then after watching that film again just now, Woody's a bit of a horrible... I was going to
He's a bit
use
of
a not nice word then, but
Yeah.
he's a bit of a...
Yeah, he is. Like that moment when, like you said, he tries to get rid of Buzz, and he
Yeah.
thinks of a whole plan, like really well thought out plan to get rid
malicious. I'm a little bit like, Woody, what are
Woody,
you
what
doing?
you doing? What you
I know
doing, Mr.
he
Hanks?
He redeems himself, but Disappointed.
And we have to talk, while we're talking about the characters, though, we have to talk about Tom Hanks's performance.
Which is incredible. But
Yeah.
I said during this film, right, so I'm finding it really difficult now to watch Toy Story because Tom Hanks is so famous now.
Yeah. And I think that's going
And-
to be a problem moving on with the next one.
All I can hear is Tom and all I can see is Tom in my head. And even to the point
Wilson.
where when he was talking, all I could think was Tom Hanks in the Carly Rae Jepsen music video. I really like. What is it? I really like you.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it is. It is. It is. I really, really like you.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's in that brown coat, isn't he? And
Yeah,
he's like waving
and all
at
I can
everyone.
think of is that because the only times you really see Tom Hanks not being an actor, not acting a part, is in interviews
Yeah.
and in that music video because he's kind of like dancing, and
Yeah.
just kind of being himself and just being a bit silly.
Yeah.
So that's to me him on more of a personal level, and so that's all I can see is him just sort of doing a little jig.
I just think of him on that island on Castaway shouting at the coconuts going, "What is that?"
Oh, I love it. But yeah, he is fantastic.
He is great.
And he just... Did you know that in a lot of the toys and a lot of the like side gigs for Woody,
It's his brother,
it's
right?
his brother
Yeah.
doing the voice.
That's hilarious.
announced that, and his brother is doing the voice because obviously he is so famous.
Yeah.
He can't be there all the time.
No. And it gives him his brother a little bit of fame.
A little bit of money.
Living off his brother's name, isn't he?
Oh, bless him. Poor man. But yes, it's his brother. So like the action figures and stuff that have pull strings, that's actually Tom Hanks's brother.
I thought it was a bit cheating.
Nah.
Like, think of it really, like people that don't realise it's not actually him.
point.
Trading standards.
So the soundtrack. You got a friend in me.
Toy Story is one of my favourite Disney soundtracks of all
So
time.
it's Randy Newman.
Yeah.
Do you know what else he did?
He's like a swing guy, isn't he? Like a swing... I'd say swing, kind of like swing jazz.
I'm talking what other films he did.
Oh, I don't know.
Monsters, Inc.
Okay, that makes
Monsters
sense.
University.
That makes sense.
Meet the Parents.
Okay.
Cars 3. And The Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
Which is
I
another-
haven't seen.
Another princess film I haven't seen.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen the first 10 minutes and then... But I tried to watch it on a plane
We'll get round to that.
and sometimes I'm just not in the mood to watch something I haven't seen before on a plane
Yeah.
because I just want something to listen to. Anyway, that's sidetracking.
No, it's fine.
But You've Got a Friend in Me is so epic. Everybody
so
knows
good.
it. Is he the... I see trees of green?
No.
Is that not the same
No, it's
person?
not the same guy at all.
Why did
Archie trees of green.
Why did I think that was the same person?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm
And-
just going to keep that to myself.
A completely different voice as well.
Sorry.
But I really like the soundtrack. It was the first notable soundtrack from Disney, in my opinion. Because you had like Beauty and the Beast and stuff, but
Yeah, but it's not a sing-along
no,
soundtrack, is
it's
it?
not. But I love it. Soundtrack is fantastic. The score in general, like the music, very bombastic, very Danny Elfman.
Bombastic, Mr. Bombastic.
Bastic.
We'll try not to sing too much in this.
We'll
this
try.
podcast
We
and
do
stuff.
like going off into songs.
So what's your favourite scene?
So I had a couple. First one was Sid's room where we see all the deformed toys.
Do you know what? Okay, we'll come back to that later. Carry on. Yeah.
Mainly because there was one bit that used to scare me as a kid, and there's a little toy that rolls. It's like a roller, and it's got like a head and like
Yeah.
a point. Like he points at Woody.
Yeah.
Something about that scares the life out of me. Where he goes to turn his torch off, and that used to scare me as a kid. Like full on. I used to close my eyes.
Interesting.
So that one stuck with me. The other one is Pizza Planet, the arcade and the the claw and everything. That's just
exactly
it's
what I
so
put.
iconic.
That's what I put. I literally, in my notes here, it says favourite scene. And then in capital letters, the car.
The
That is what it is. It's so vivid. Even that first shot where you see when the Pizza Planet truck, goes into and you see the outside, it just looks pretty
Yeah.
for something that's so old and the animation wasn't.
Yeah.
You look at, like I said, humans, they just look not great, and the
Yeah.
toys look great, but it just looks so vivid and so colourful.
It looks
and
like a place
bright.
you could go to,
Yeah.
which you can technically.
Yeah. And then the other thing I put, this isn't a scene per se, but this is where I thought best to slot it in. So we watched the Blu-ray copy.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I've seen the Blu-ray before
I don't
or
think
not.
you have.
I don't think I have. But what I did notice for the first time is all the scuffs and marks on the skirting boards and the chest of drawers.
And on the doors as well.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
They weren't there. I swear they weren't there.
That's the good thing about
I
Blu-ray.
wonder if they've been added in afterwards.
I don't
because
think so.
There's one bit, I can't remember what it was, but I think it was the army men, and they were walking when they were like taking the baby monitor down,
Yeah.
so they could hear what presents. There's a bit in the background, it kind of looked pixelated and blurred and awful, and it makes me think maybe they added those scuffs
They could have
and
done.
marks in later. I'd love to get a copy of the VHS and watch that and see if you can
That'll be
squint
interesting.
hard enough to see it.
But yeah, I feel like it's generally just. That's the thing. I don't know how it works in terms of transferring Blu-ray, like from VHS to Blu-ray, because it's not actual footage.
Yeah.
It's not a camera, so it's like, how does that
They
work?
must have to touch it up.
Yeah, it
They
must
must
be.
have to.
Let me know, guys. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. What about your least favourite scene?
My least favourite scene doesn't exist in this film.
I have a least favourite scene.
Okay.
It's the scene where Sid's toys are introduced.
Oh.
The complete opposite to you, which is
How
why I said
funny.
we'll come back to that. And the reason being, not because I don't like the scene, but because it's terrifying and it's creepy and I don't like it.
But with me, with me being a horror fan, it's
Yeah.
like you get those.
You were
classic
watching horror
scenes.
films at like 7 though.
Yeah.
I didn't watch.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't watch a horror film until I was like 18.
You didn't watch horror films till you met me.
pretty much. So I kind of put that down, and I also put in my notes here for least favorite scene. It just says Tom Hanks is too famous now, but we've already got into
Yeah.
that. So again, I don't like that about it. What do you think the moral of the story is?
That's quite difficult. It's obviously
You're so bad at picking out morals.
it's quite hard. I mean, like sometimes you get obvious ones, right?
Yeah.
Like Coco. Coco has an obvious moral to the story.
Remember
but
the dead.
yeah, like it's just like family, cherish your family, all that kind of stuff. With this, it's kind of like the toys. Like,
I think the moral behind Toy Story is about change.
really?
Well, because they're moving house and Woody is scared about being overtaken by Buzz.
Okay.
And it's just kind of that change can be a good thing.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be worried and paranoid. And because that's what Woody was. He was paranoid that Buzz was going to take over, when in actuality, he loved them both just as much as each other.
Yeah, you're right there.
So I think it is all about change. And as I say, with the way that the toys are not, they portray the parents and Andy as being absolutely okay with the house move, and they're looking forward to it and everything like that. But the toys are terrified.
So
They
it's
don't
almost
wanna
like
move.
it's almost
They've
like
all got their own moving buddies, and they're so it's about that change.
It's almost like the kids are the toys.
Yeah.
In the way they're saying
And
those
Andy
morals.
is kind of an adult in that respect. And I think that's what the moral of the story is.
Yeah.
Change can be a good thing.
So it's funny because there's always like a kid where I don't know if it was the same with you, but I always knew a kid that was just like Sid. that was just such a pain and
Blowing
like
things up.
Yeah, blowing things up, melting toys down.
No, I think I went to a good school.
Yeah, it's probably just me. But there was always a Sid character as I was growing up. And
Bit of a daredevil.
yeah, just reminded me of that, and I could say some stronger words, but so yeah, there was that for me. But watching as an adult, it was Bo Peep and
Woody,
that initial scene between them two.
where Bo says, "I can get someone to watch the flock tonight."
It's like, come over to my place. It's like, and he has that look.
He pulls a face, doesn't he? Where he's like, "Oh,
He's almost like love drunk, isn't he?
Yeah.
And another one as well is where Buzz has just lost his arm, and he's on that tea party where the Sid's sister takes him to this tea party, and he's like drunk.
Nesbit.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's not drunk.
He does
He's
sound-
just depressed. He's just severely depressed. He even says he's depressed, which is funny because I don't think many 8-year-olds know what depression is.
No, but I do think that they tried to make him drunk because he's like, oh, Buzz, you've had too much tea or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mrs. Nesbit.
Mrs. Nesbit.
That bit always gets me.
Yeah.
There's something about it. It just makes me laugh every single time.
I picked up on the same thing. The only other thing I picked up on, which was a funny comment again, that more I think kids won't understand, which is when they're talking about where the toys were made. And Rex says, I can't remember what company, but I'm pretty sure he says Mattel.
Oh, yeah. I'm from Mattel.
He goes, I'm from Mattel. Well, actually, I'm from a smaller company and we got bought out. But, and you just think...
It's just so clever.
It's just funny. It's just funny because it's, again, a little bit of adult humour, but not bad adult humour. It's just an adult would find that funny.
Yeah, like a kid isn't going to know what any of that means. But, like, yeah, because ultimately it's the parents buying kids toys. So they play on that. And I just love that. Yeah. It's so good.
And the other thing I noticed, which is, I'm going to fit it in this section, but I'll say it here. It doesn't really relate to watching as an adult. But I think Toy Story predicted smartwatches. Now, hear me out.
Really? Just like The Simpsons predicted everything.
Yeah. Basically, Toy Story also did. When Buzz is kind of teaching the toys how to be cool and Woody's all sad because Buzz is cool now. There's one point where they're all lifting weights and Buzz is running on a treadmill, which is one of the other toys' wheels. Yeah. And he's running. He then checks his wrist. And I know he's obviously checking his command, his star command thing, which is what it's obviously supposed to be. But at the same time, that's what people do now, is they like have a little check of their wrist.
Was there not like a wrist pedometer at that time? I don't know. I don't remember anything, but...
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been as... I don't know. I think pedometers used to be like a little thing on your hip waistband.
more so the waistband thing. So that's quite interesting.
I just think they predicted smartwatches.
I love it when things do that, though.
Yeah.
Any continuity errors?
There was a couple that I spotted.
Did you? See, I'm so bad at spotting these.
I'm really good at spotting them. I'm a hawk guy for things like this. Unless I'm watching a film for the first time, then I'm good at plot holes, but not continuities. Yeah. So when Buzz is looking down the back of the table and Woody is about to get RC to knock him out the window, Buzz moves out of the way.
Yeah.
And then in the scene that kind of looks like Indiana Jones, the globe is rolling towards them. Yeah. And they're trying to run out of the way. During that sequence, there was a pinboard that Buzz knocked onto, and then the globe as well. They both fell on the floor. Surely Andy's mum and Andy would have gone, huh? What's that noise? And come running upstairs. Because if you hear a massive clatter like that... I guess,
but at the same time, they do have a young daughter. Like, she has a young daughter.
The young daughter isn't in the room, is she?
No, but maybe they're just kind of used to having crashing noises around the house.
Not when both children are downstairs with the mother. Also, where's Andy's dad? Is she a single mum?
It looks like... Yeah, we don't ever see Andy's dad, so we assume that she is. That's kind of a weird, sad undertone there that doesn't really get explored.
The other problem I noticed is, do you remember when they're in the back of the moving truck and Woody manages to get back on?
Yes.
Buzz has not yet.
Yeah.
So Woody opens the boxes trying to find RC to send him out there. When he does that, he opens the box that's got Rex and Mr. Potato Head in. Yeah. As he opens the box, they shield their eyes and go, "We're here already?" Something along those lines. How do they know that was Woody opening it and not a parent?
Oh my God.
Because that would have just given it all away.
That's true. You're so good at pointing at these things, and I'm just like, I have no idea. I'm just in the moment, like... It's just my... That's just... it's just your brain. That's
just my brain, that's how I think. Which leads me nicely onto Easter eggs.
I wanted to talk about this so much. Okay. There's some really cool stuff.
The main one I noticed... I noticed two. I'll let you speak about one, because I know you want to. But the main one I noticed is the books on the bookshelf. Yeah. A few of them were the names of other Pixar shorts, such as Tin Toy, which is actually what turned into Toy Story.
Oh, okay.
Because originally Tin Toy was supposed to be going missing, and Woody, the ventriloquist dummy, was supposed to help Tin Toy get home. That was the original story.
That's interesting, because that sounds like it's been brought back for Toy Story 4 with Forky. Because the trailers suggest that Woody's trying to get Forky home to Andy.
Mm. To Andy? I don't think it's to Andy.
It is.
No, it's not.
Well, maybe not to Andy.
Andy's like a college kid now.
Oh, of course, yeah. No, the short,
little girl.
Yeah, the little girl. I can't remember it. Bonnie, that's it. Yeah, but I think they've maybe revisited that a little bit.
Yeah. But that's...
Interesting.
That's one I noticed. And the other one I noticed, Aaron is probably going to talk about.
The Mickey Mouse clock.
The Mickey Mouse
It's
clock.
like a watch, isn't it?
Yeah, on his bedroom wall, he's got a giant watch, which has got Mickey Mouse on it with Mickey Mouse hands.
I can't believe you noticed that. Like, how we didn't notice that before?
Probably because it was pixelated and we can tell.
Yeah. So again, it's like with the quality, it's like 4K. You watch a film in 4K, you notice things. And
except me, because I can't tell the difference between 4K and Blu-ray.
You need to put your glasses on.
I do. I've taken them off for this podcast. If you listened to last week's episode,
you can hear it clanging.
You heard me sort of knocking it. So I've taken them off, so I can't really even see Aaron right now. I don't know where he is. I'm kind of in the
like a mirage.
I'm like a mirage. So watching it in Blu-ray and 4K makes no difference. Anyway, that's a sidetrack again.
Hakuna Matata is played in the car.
Yes,
on the move.
Yes, when they're on the move with not Bonnie, with what's the girl's name? The baby's name?
Can't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments, guys.
Yeah. What do you mean in the comments?
Well, there is a comment section, right?
Well, yeah, but they're going to be in all different places.
Wherever you can
Drop
leave
me
it,
an
guys.
email.
Drop me an email.
Drop me an email.
We could just Google it, but
I can't be bothered.
No.
I could ask Alexa, but we know how that turned out last time.
Yeah, she's not even listening to you now.
Oh, what disgrace. So there was Hakuna Matata going on in the
Which
back.
is really cool.
When was Lion King released?
I want to say it was before. I want to say it was 94.
Okay, this I want to Google. Because that's close together then.
Hang on a minute. Alexa, when was The Lion King released?
The film The Lion King was released about 24 years ago on the 7th of October 1994.
94, I was right.
Oh, okay.
So when was Toy Story released? Alexa, when was Toy Story released?
The film Toy Story was released about 23 years ago on the 22nd of March 1996.
Oh, so like 6 months. Oh, 96?
96.
95.
96.
I was pretty sure it's 95.
Don't know.
Anyway, so not long before.
No.
Which is it's like...
This is cool.
Because we know that Pixar especially are really into their Easter eggs nowadays. So there aren't as many in the earlier ones, but now...
There's tons.
But that's kind of feels
it's like the ball
kind of
from Toy Story is in everything.
I feel like that's kind of the starting point was let's put Hakuna Matata on the radio.
I think so
And that's
too.
not even a Pixar.
No.
It's just Disney.
Yeah.
Which is quite sweet.
Didn't obviously Pixar get bought by Disney?
Yeah.
So maybe that was the turning point, and they were like, "We've just been bought. Let's put this in there," sort of thing.
Maybe.
The other one was, funny enough, we were talking about Tangled before in our last podcast, and having an Indiana Jones kind of feeling in there. This one again. So when the globe comes loose on the desk and Woody's running away, is it Woody or Buzz? Buzz is running away from it, right?
Yeah. No, Woody.
Was it Woody? I can't remember.
It's Woody, because Buzz has fallen out the window.
That's right. They actually put in a really small part of the Indiana Jones score in that section.
Which Indiana Jones?
Just the
Yeah, but which Indiana Jones has the big rolling rock?
Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the first one.
Oh, okay, and that one came in.
It's the big boulder.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I was just thinking.
You were thinking they were predicting it or something.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't thinking that. I thought it was the big rolling stone was a later one.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, it was the first one. It was the most iconic one.
Okay.
But yeah, they do that little section, and it is the biggest knot I've seen. But that was really, really cool. Again, I'm a massive Indiana Jones fan, so it's always nice.
So moving on to the Toy Story franchise as a whole, let's go through sequels.
Okay.
So Toy Story 2, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
4 is obviously not at this point of recording. It's not out yet.
Yeah,
it's out in a couple of months.
And we will do a podcast covering our review of that as well.
Yes.
Looking
A discussion.
forward to that.
I don't want to call it a review.
You don't want to call it a review?
No, I want to call it a discussion. It's our word.
Yeah.
So there's also obviously some shorts, such as Hawaiian Vacation, Small Fry, Partysaurus Rex, Toy Story of Terror, The Story That Time Forgot.
There's a few that I really like.
I like
Time
Party
Forgot, the last one.
Yeah.
Because that's very much the Land Before Time kind of thing.
Yeah. The Toy Story of Terror I liked because it's the horror one, and I loved Partysaurus Rex.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, he's like running a disco.
Yes, I do remember
in
that
the
one.
bathtub or
That's
something.
It's based around Toy Story 3, right? It's around that
I
time.
think so.
I think they all are, actually, aren't they? I don't think we had any shorts between 2 and 3.
I don't think so. I'm not sure, to be
But
honest.
Toy Story 2 is your least favourite, isn't it?
Yes.
It's actually not for me. I don't know. It's really difficult. I can't say any of them are worse than others. They kind of come as a package for me.
Yeah.
Because I love the Star Wars stuff in Toy Story 2. With Zorg.
Save that for another. That's Toy Story 2.
All right. Okay.
Spoilers. That's
All right, we'll talk about that.
That's the point,
another time.
actually, that we should mention of how another feature of how our podcasts are working. We've mentioned that we're putting all the films in a hat, but we're not putting the sequels in until we've watched the original. So now that Toy Story has been drawn, Toy Story 2 will go in.
The hat.
And then once Toy Story 2 is drawn, Toy Story 3 will go in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we're doing that,
Yeah.
just to avoid having to do this on Toy Story 3 before Toy Story 1.
Yeah, it'll be a nightmare to like discuss it and not.
Yeah. Other parts of the sequels include some animated series called Toy Story Treats, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, and a direct-to-video Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, The Adventure Begins, which I've never heard of any of these.
I've not heard of those. Can we also just talk about the video games?
We can.
Because
I
I feel like that's a massive part of my childhood.
I remember the only one I played was one that you bought me.
Toy Story 2.
No.
Was it not?
No, you bought me Toy Story Mania.
Ah, yeah, on the Wii.
Which is kind of based off the ride.
Yeah.
Which we'll come back to. We'll come to
that in a minute.
our Disney World links
But
soon.
There's a couple I remember. So I had Toy Story Racer, which was like a racing game, but it was like Mario Kart. They had like a battle mode.
Yeah.
You drove around Pizza Planet and you could attack each other with like weapons.
That's cool.
That was really fun. And then the other one I played was Toy Story 2, which obviously based off it was on PlayStation 1, and that was like a story mode thing. But it was really cool because they had like a hub area, like like Super Mario 64, where you have like a main area that you can just run around. They had that, and it was like Andy's room.
Okay.
And you go through all these weird little portals and things. It was really cool. It was a really fun game.
That sounds fun.
It was so good.
Will you buy it for me?
Yes.
Thank you.
I want to play that again. And Toy Story Racer, because it was also a 2-player game. It's so fun. It's probably a little bit pixelated and almost unplayable now, but
Especially on our bigger TVs.
yeah, who knows?
We've got a small TV in the.
Yeah, that's true. We should definitely pick it up at some point.
Maybe that'd be cool. So expanding on the Toy Story universe, we do have. Again, when we're talking about our links to Disney World and Disney parks, we're generally talking Disney World.
Yeah.
Because that's where we have the experience. I know, so basically I'm going to go through obviously Toy Story Land at Disney World.
Yeah.
I know there's a Toy Story Land at Disneyland, California.
Which we haven't been to.
I know there's a Toy Story area in Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Which I don't remember or have been to. So we're just specifically talking Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
So Toy Story Land opened in Disney World last summer.
It was
Or summer
spring.
before. Was it spring?
It was spring last year.
Was it?
Yeah, because we went there basically a few months after release.
Okay, so prior to that, Toy Story Midway Mania was always open.
Yeah.
Which is a 3D shooter ride,
Love
basically, where you have to score points by throwing pies at
like carnival
things
games.
Yeah, carnival games type thing. And that ride is so fun. And they changed, and opposite that was a little Woody and Buzz meet and greet.
Yeah.
And we'll leave a link to a picture of us with Woody and Buzz we'll put it on our Instagram.
Oh, that was in
And-
Pixar Place. That's all closed off now.
Yeah, that's the
You had the monkeys going
Yeah,
across.
so Edna Mode is in there now. It's the Incredibles
Oh,
area.
yeah, of course.
And we'll leave, a link to that in the show notes if you want to see it.
Yeah.
But the new Toy Story Land obviously has a new entrance for Midway Mania.
Yeah.
Then there's 2 other rides. So you've got the Alien Swirling Saucers, which is so fun.
It is awesome.
Which is like a waltzer type.
Yeah, like
ride.
you wouldn't expect it to be any good. Like looking from the outside, I was a bit like, this looks a bit dull, a bit pointless. But it's actually so fun.
It really throws you.
The power that it swings you.
It really,
so
like
good.
Aaron, I think he crushed my ribs at one point because
We kept sliding into each other.
It slams you, and then like the other person slams straight into the side of you. And we're not skinny people. He like
Yeah.
whoof straight into the side. It was painful. I think I lost my glasses. I think I hurt my elbow.
You come off that thing bruised. Like, but if you're
You
going
do.
on that, it's a bit like Big Thunder Mountain, but
Yeah.
worse. Like, I find that one I slide around
and
a
the
bit.
music is really fun and loud. And
Yeah, it's just
really
fun.
good.
It's a fun time.
And then of course it's fun time.
It's fun time.
It's so weird. And then the other one is obviously Slinky Dog Dash.
Yeah.
Which is a great ride. What did you think of it, Aaron?
Let's not talk about this.
Aaron was too chicken.
Okay, so I have a thing, right?
I have a thing.
It's an actual thing, okay? I don't like heights.
He's a chicken.
And I don't like being thrown around.
You
So,
don't.
like
It's the smoothest ride ever.
I don't like heights then, okay?
It's not that high.
It's high enough.
It's not that
I don't
high.
like going up ladders, okay?
You won't be going up a ladder. You're sat in Slinky Dog.
That's not the point.
He's going to do it next time. He's promised me.
Yeah, I promise.
And unfortunately for him, he didn't get a good little view into Galaxy's Edge. So get it to you.
Oh, I will when it's open.
But yeah, so that's, and then the area is all designed like Woody's backyard. So there's also a picnic quick service restaurant, and they're opening up a table service restaurant.
A Woody's round barbecue
type
thing.
Joint. The quick service is all sandwiches and like a picnicky type.
We didn't eat there, did we?
We didn't, no.
So we can't tell you what that's like, but maybe next time.
It's a really pretty land, and you've got, as I say, you've got giant Uno cards everywhere and blocks and
all those things, the connects. They're like the fencing.
All the fencing is made out of connects and lollipop sticks.
What was the round things? They were like wooden round things. Like, so you'd have like connecty kind of things with a wooden round thing, and they had like, I guarantee it was like cameras in them. They were just like, I don't want to say they were like yo-yos, or they were like connected to something. I don't know. You'll have to look at the pictures.
Okay, I'm going to look at the pictures.
Have a look at the pictures. The other thing while we speak about that is there is another ride at Walt Disney World linked to Toy Story, and that's Buzz Lightyear at Magic Kingdom.
Space Ranger Spin,
yeah,
yes.
In Tomorrowland. And that is another one I wasn't big on, to be honest with you.
Oh, these thingies. Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, what are they?
These thingies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're similar to Kinects. They're like things like that you can build.
Yeah.
They've got loads of sticks and round things with holes, and you can just build whatever you want. But it's similar concept.
For some reason, I just remember that because there's loads of them. But yeah, Buzz Lightyear.
All the lights are in them. All the lights.
Oh, okay. I think there was cameras in them.
There's probably cameras in there too. Yeah.
But Buzz Lightyear
Sorry.
Spin, I'm not massive on.
No, because that one, it's similar to Midway Mania.
Yeah.
Where you have to, well, not quite, but it's like a Men in Black or other rides if you've been to Orlando, but it's like a laser shooter game.
Yeah, which you can't see the laser very well.
You can't see the laser, and it's really hard to pull the trigger for it. I always do awfully on that one.
I do too.
And there is a Buzz Lightyear meet and greet there sometimes as well, and a Zurg sometimes.
I feel like they have to change that ride soon. I feel like that has to be something else soon.
Yeah.
Because...
Maybe. Especially with Toy Story Land being its own.
Yeah, exactly. It's got its own thing now.
Its own thing now.
There goes a... There we go. You can hear what it's like.
This is what it's like living in our
That's
house.
the RC racer.
Yeah, that's the RC racer going past.
Sound effects, guys.
So, Toy Story Land is one of the newest lands. It is the newest land at this moment.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. It's so fun to... The only problem with it is there's no shade.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
But
it's very hot, that area.
Yes. But
Feels like Animal Kingdom.
Yes. But it is a great little area, and we love it. So, all in all, what do you think?
I gave Toy Story 10 out of 10.
Oh, did you?
I did. It's probably up there in my top 5 Disney movies of all time.
Nice.
Because its pacing is flawless. Like, it doesn't slow down. Like, it always... If you think about it, there's always something happening with Toy Story. Like, you can't say that about 2. You can't say that about 3. With the original, there's always something happening, and it's quite a long movie, but it doesn't feel like it. Yeah. Because you're entertained the whole entire time.
Okay.
I love it. It's good.
Okay. I gave the film a 9 out of 10.
Interesting. Is it the human animations?
No, it's nothing to do with that. The reason I gave it a 9 out of 10 is going to sound a bit strange. I love Toy Story.
Yeah.
We know that. I'm wearing a Pizza Planet hoodie. I'm looking behind you, and we've got like a little placard on the wall, and it says Al's Toy Barn and
I
Pizza
forgot
Planet
about that.
and Andy, and I love
feel like that's hidden. That needs to come out.
I love everything Toy Story, but for some reason, and this is the same for all three films.
Oh no.
What?
What are you going to say?
I forget the story. I forget the plot.
Do you? You just kind of remember the characters.
I just remember...
Or just knock the microphone.
Oh no, that was going to be a bonk in your ears. We're sorry, people. I kind of forget the plot. I forgot how much of the film is in Sid's backyard and in Sid's house.
Really?
And how little is in Pizza Planet. And I can't
Yeah, actually, that's one thing I will say, is that Pizza Planet feels a lot shorter in this movie than I remember.
Yeah. And I think the same with Toy Story 2 and 3. Like with Toy Story 2, I can remember it's in Al's toy barn.
Yeah.
And I remember him painting over the word Andy on his foot and he wants to sell it. Toy Story 3, I remember them being in a garbage disposal type place about to die.
And in the preschool thing.
Nope, forgot
Daycare.
that. Oh, yeah, the daycare with Lotso and stuff. So I don't really remember plot points very well. And even though I think my love is for the characters.
Yeah, it's very much a character film.
More so than the story.
Yeah.
Which is why I just knocked 1 point off, because I just wanted to...
You wanted a more solidified story. Because it is kind of like,
Yeah.
here's all the characters, and then it's like, here's a little bit of plot, and that's it. The film's gone.
characters are unforgettable.
Yeah.
The story is a little bit forgettable, in my opinion. And I don't get me wrong. I sat and watched that. You know when you like a film, when you don't check to see what time it is,
Yeah.
maybe halfway through,
Yeah.
or go, I wonder how much longer is left, because it's gone in the blink of an eye,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, it's over already. And that is still the case with Toy Story.
Yeah.
It finished, and I was like, oh crikey, that was quick.
Felt like half an hour.
Exactly.
Really did.
So there's nothing I don't enjoy about it.
Yeah.
I don't think the story's dull. I don't think the story's boring. I think it's a fine and good story. I just forget it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
As I say, I if you had asked me to describe the plot before watching this film, I don't know if I could very
It's quite
well.
difficult, yeah.
So that's why I went for a 9 out of 10, because I do love it. It is iconic. I'm not.
No, 9 out of 10 isn't a bad score.
No, I'm not. I don't want it to seem like I'm saying I don't like the story, because I really do.
Yeah.
I love the story, but I just forget it.
Yeah. I mean, if you really think about Toy Story, I think more so Toy Story 2 has a better story, I think. Like, a more
I
solidified
remember, so
story.
we'll have to wait.
Fair enough. But I feel like it's a more memorable story than
Yeah.
Toy Story 1. But the thing is, what I love about Toy Story in general is the character interactions. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get this in many other films where every character almost interacts with each other. You get, like, Slinky and Potato Head,
Yeah.
Ham and Potato Head, Ham and Slinky. Do you know what I mean? Like, they all interact with each other. They all get their own moments.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I agree. They've all got their own special powers
Yeah.
to do what they need to do.
I like that bit with Potato Head where he's like, I'm Picasso. And he's got all his whole face is like sideways.
It's so funny. And then things like Speak and Spell, when the army men tell... I was going to say the team then. I'm going to call them the team. When the army men tell the team that Andy has got a Mrs. Potato Head for Christmas, and you just see in the background Speak and Spell says hubba 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 on it.
Yeah.
And you just think, yes, Mr. Speak and Spell. And obviously the Etch-a-Sketch as well. They've got... it's an Etch-a-Sketch and it's got a bit of personality.
Yeah.
It's-
How they managed to do that is
It
incredible.
doesn't speak, it doesn't do anything, but they have this...
That's what's
and,
incredible. Even like there was the wrestler guy that's always in the background of this film, and even him, like, he has a bit of personality. He has a bit of a role in the film. So that's what I love about Toy Story. Everyone's there, and they all have a purpose.
Yeah. And you don't forget anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I can name all the characters from all 3 films.
Yeah.
Can't tell you what happens to them, but I can tell you who they are. So I think that wraps up our
think it does.
discussion of Toy Story. So Aaron, do you want to draw out next week's film, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to grab hold of a
Right.
piece of paper.
Today,
Okay, you ready?
yes.
It is. Can I have a drum roll? National Treasure.
Yes,
You're happy.
I am so happy.
Bit of Nicolas Cage. And obviously, with Disney films, there's these kind of films that you forget that you have to talk about. National Treasure.
I don't want to forget National Treasure. 'cause it's
Saving
my
Mr.
favourite.
Banks is another one that's in there.
Yeah.
Like films like that.
We have got, it's not just Disney animated, we have got some of the non-animated.
Freaky Friday.
We've got some of the live action Freaky. Oh yes. We've got some of the live action remakes, and we've got some of just the general live action films. The only thing we definitely don't have any of is the documentaries.
Yeah, and we don't have any of the newer purchases like Lucasfilm and Marvel and stuff
yeah,
like
we're just
which we
doing
will
Disney.
may get to if it's requested later.
They may come later, but for now we're just going standard Disney. So
Yeah.
National... Oh, I've got the hiccups. I'm so sorry. So National Treasure is next week's film. So if you would like to watch along with us, please watch that in the next week. We shall post our new video next Thursday.
Yeah.
As we've said before, we are a new podcast, so we'd love to hear your feedback. So either leave us a comment on whatever platform you're listening to this on, or leave us a message on one of our social medias. We're on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at MouseHousePod. Or you can send us an email. We'll leave all the descriptions and contact information, everything in the show notes of this podcast. And yeah, we will.
Yeah, and let us know what your favourite films are as well, because that'd be really interesting to know, like, what films, like, because there might be things that come up that we were like, oh, we forgot about that one. We need to put that one in the mix and things like that.
So just leave us a message with anything you want to say to us, and we will. If I'm going to say it because we're new, we're not. We're new to this game. If anyone sends us a message, we will read it out.
Yeah, we'll read. Let's just say for now, right now, we're going to read out any messages that get sent to us.
Yeah, if we get any.
Yeah, like, I'm sure.
Hopefully somebody wants to say hello.
We had a YouTube channel in the past, so hopefully some of you guys are listening too.
Yeah, it'd be nice to hear who's listening to us. So please get in contact, and see you next time. And have a magical day from both of us here at Mouse House.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.